Hi, this is Steve Davis of Facilitator U. This is another in our series of videos on facilitation and group leadership skills. Today I want to talk to you about a skill that I think is one of the most important, one of the most foundational skills that isn't often talked about in group leadership. And then that is how to stay present as a group leader. As leaders, we can be confronted with quite a bit to deal with in a group. We need to know where the group's going. We need to be aware of the process the group's going through and the interactions and relationships and undercurrents that are going on. There's a lot to keep track of, and it's really easy to get confused, and it's easy to get caught in our heads, thinking, trying to figure out what's the right thing to do, what's the next best thing to do. Now, there is nothing wrong with thinking. However, most of the thoughts that we entertain throughout the day, the tens and thousands of thoughts, are extraneous. You know what I mean. They're thoughts about the past, about the future, they're fears about ourselves, about others, about what might happen, about what should happen, what could happen, if only it would happen. You know what I mean. Now, entertaining and putting energy to these kind of thoughts does not serve us, because when we're doing that, we're not right here. We're not here right now. We're not taking in fully all the information that's available to us, which is particularly critical when we're in a group trying to manage it. So today I want to share with you 3 ways for us to remain present. The first thing is we can be aware of our breath for several reasons. One, take a deep breath with me now. You know, there's something about taking a deep breath. It causes us to slow down, and that's the first key to being present, is slowing down. When we're breathing and aware that we're breathing, our attention is back on our bodies, and our breath and our bodies are always in the present moment. They can't be elsewhere. Also, when we take a deep breath, it oxygenates our brains. And when we're excited, confused, emotional, caught up in our thinking, our breathing typically gets shallow, and we get less oxygen. And the first part of our bodies that is compromised with less oxygen is our higher intellectual functioning, our cerebral cortex. So that's why when people get emotional, they tend to refer or regress back into lower mental states. We need our full mental faculties to deal with what we're doing as leaders. So, simply breathing deeply gives us the fuel we need cognitively, and a little bit of peace and stillness that we can operate from. Secondly, feel your body. Again, your body is an anchor into the present. It can't be elsewhere. So feel your neck and your shoulders. If there's tension there, just relax it. When you notice tension, you can release it. Notice your feet on the ground. Notice your hands perhaps clasped in front of you. Again, the body can only be in the present when you're aware of it. So are you. Now, the body has feelings. What we call feelings or emotions are also body sensations. If those come up, feelings of fear, excitement, agitation, anxiety, whatever name you want to give them, they are also body sensations. Simply be aware of them, watch them, and they will pass through you. Any energy you give them, again, will take you out of the present. Finally, surrender attachment to your thoughts. We give a lot of credence to our thoughts. We have lots of them. But how often have these thoughts, mostly the extraneous thoughts I talked about, really helped you in any way? So as you notice thoughts, just watch them. And again, come back to your breathing, come back to your body, come back to the present. When you notice a thought coming and pulling you away, you have the choice to give it attention. And your attention gives it energy. So you can use your mind as a tool, certainly. You know what that's like. But you also know what it's like when your mind is using you. When thoughts are running that have nothing to do with what's here now, about the past, about the future. They're not serving you. You can let them go. You don't have to believe them. You don't have to get caught in them. The mind is a great tool, but if it's using you, it's reached the limit of its usefulness. Time to let those thoughts go. Come back to your breath, to your body. Life always shows us the way, but it usually whispers quietly. If you're willing to be present to whatever confusion is in front of you in your group, look squarely at it and face it. Take a deep breath. Be here now, and something will always show you the way. Being present is easy, but it's never done. Each moment, we have the choice. Be here now or not. It's okay if you're not in the present. You are, however, missing what it's showing you. And if that's important to you in the work you're doing, then you have the choice when you notice to come back to it. Use the simple tools of your breath, your body, and your awareness. I hope this was helpful. Look for another tool we did a video on called the voice mirror. It's a tool that helps you quiet the mind, particularly in the case when you're trying to be present to listen to someone. It can be very useful, particularly in virtual arenas where you only have the audio portion of your senses. Thank you.